Okay, everybody. So let me explain why I'm encouraging you to all treat this holiday differently. How it should be treated as a planned maintenance phase, not a free for all, not a setup for caloric deficit failure. Let's reframe something right now. um, December is not the enemy of your fat loss. Unplanned December is. What I mean by this is trying to white knuckle a deficit through parties, family dinners, baking, alcohol, disrupted routines. It's a fast track to mental fatigue, binge restrict cycles, guilt, reactive choices, and ultimately quitting. So instead of trying to survive Christmas, let's deploy a strategy. And that strategy is planned maintenance. Okay, maintenance is not backsliding. Maintenance is a conscious fat loss protection during real life events. This phase allows you to enjoy your food without fear, reduce psychological pressure, protect adherence, preserve muscle, maintain momentum, and avoid the January overcompensative and inevitable crash and burn. Fat loss is not won by pushing harder through chaos. It's actually won by knowing when to shift gears without losing direction or sliding backwards. So here's what to expect over Christmas, right? Your scale weight will fluctuate. This is not fat gain. You may see scale fluctuations between 1 and 5 pounds. They'll happen quickly within just a few days. This is usually due to the increases in glycogen, sodium, inflammation, gut content, water retention, late nights. Okay. It's not body fat. Fat gain requires sustained surplus over time, not a few festive meals, and we do not panic over water. Your calories will be higher, but that's not an issue if it's planned and within reason. Right? Maintenance doesn't mean binge. What it does mean is calories set to support stability, enough food to fuel movement, enough flexibility to still allow consistency and identity as a healthy individual. Right? You guys are not overeating with blinders on, thinking you'll get back on track in the new year. You're eating with intention and identity. Okay, macronutrients still matter, even in maintenance. Protein stays high, right, to control appetite. Carbs increase modestly, okay? Fats are flexible but not careless. Watch the fats, they have high calories. You're not off plan, you're in a different phase of the plan. And your hunger may fluctuate and or drop and spike unexpectedly. Holiday food is often more calorie dense. It's hyper palatable, meaning intensely flavored. There's less fiber and protein typically, and it's less predictable and trackable. That can confuse hunger signals temporarily, so don't react emotionally to temporary appetite changes. Observe them, drink some water, have a hot beverage, go for a walk, take a deep breath, and reach out to your coach. I'm here. So, what does success look like in December then? Not necessarily weight loss, certainly not perfection, and definitely not starving. Right? December success looks like maintaining structure between social meals, prioritizing protein daily, moving often, drinking water like it matters, enjoying your meals, letting go of guilt, and staying inside the parameters of a maintenance plan, even when the environment changes. And here's the part most people miss. Your ability to maintain through Christmas determines your ability to keep the weight off forever. Anyone can diet when life is quiet. Health is proven when life is allowed. So remember, you are not pausing your progress. You are learning to control inside chaos. This is still a step forward. It's just more on the emotional and mindset side of the change than the actual physical side. You'll be thankful you did this way in the new year. All right. Starving through the holidays does not make January easier. It's quite the opposite. It will, however, make you mentally exhausted, irritable, burnout, ready to quit, and desperate for relief. So, when January comes, you're not going to be motivated. You're just going to be recovering. Christmas deprivation doesn't make you leaner in the long run. It makes you louder around food, weaker with structure, emotionally reactive, and dependent on extremes, which we all see, and exhausted by January. So we are not entering the January New Year broken. We are entering stronger, more experienced, and even more driven. And driven people, they don't fear food. They don't swing between extremes. They don't start over. They don't panic. They don't push themselves for or punish themselves for living, right? This season, we don't restrict harder. We practice control inside reality. And that's how fat loss becomes a lifestyle instead of a temporary win. We're not surviving December, everybody. We're mastering it. Thanks.